I'm trying to figure out why all my carnivore experts out there didn't warn me. This first week of transitioning from a low carb / dirty keto lifestyle to a carnivore diet has been, how do you say, downright excruciating. I'm gonna save all the dirty details for the snack and chat later because I don't have the energy to go over it this morning. I just wanted to take a second and pop on and say, hello, welcome to What I Ate in a Day as a beginner on carnivore. I'll also be incorporating intermittent fasting. I fast for several reasons. The first one being I'm a type 1 diabetic and it just helps me control my blood sugar levels. And 2, fasting promotes autophagy, and that's like your body's recycling system. Fasting is also at the tippy top. The number one thing that's on the post-vaccination protocol my doctor put me on. Right now it's a little after 8 a.m. I filled up my Stanley and it holds 30 ounces of water. But wait, there's more. I have my morning vitamins and supplements that are on said protocol from earlier. And I dumped 2 packets of Creatine into 16 ounces of room temperature water. Room temperature because I like to drink it pretty fast. I don't want to sip on it for hours. I just want to get it in and be done with it. And I use the unflavored, but they also have, I think, lemon lime and mixed berry. If you haven't seen all the new research that's emerging linking creatine supplementation to improved cognition, and you or someone you love deals with brain fog or memory issues, I encourage you to go Google it. Look into it. They're getting some very promising results and it gives me hope. So I'm going to continue to take mine. If you're interested in ordering from Create, now through June 15th, you get 25% off all products when you use my link. I'll have their discount down in the description box. Also, I want to mention this is not a sponsored video. Okay, I'm going to stop now. Quincy's giving me those puppy dog eyes saying, feed me. So I'm gonna go get his breakfast and finish all this. It's almost 12:30 and I'm gonna attempt lunch. Nothing fancy, of course. Fixing some pork belly, which in my opinion is just thick cut bacon. I'm gonna cook it 2 different ways to see which one I like best. I cut 1 slice up into cubes, added salt and pepper, and I'm gonna fry that one up in a pan. I grabbed another slice and I left it whole, seasoned it, and put it in the air fryer, 400 degrees, for about 15 minutes. Then I flipped it and cooked it for another 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, obviously they both tasted exactly the same, but frying the small pieces up in the pan took less time, so it wins. Now that the pork belly's finished, I scrambled 2 eggs and I cooked those in butter. Then I went ahead and reheated some leftover sirloin from last night's dinner. I had seasoned that with Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute. And that's lunch. Crossing my fingers I can eat it. We'll talk about that during the chat. To drink, well, you know how this goes. Water, water, and more water. I'm having a small snack, not because I'm starving or anything, but because I have to take my vitamins and supplements, and these are the ones you do not take on an empty stomach unless you feel like torturing yourself. To help this week go a little smoother, I prepped several small grab-and-go snacks in these inexpensive 2-compartment containers I got from Amazon. In this one, cheese cubes and a beef stick I cut up into little bite-sized pieces. And I gotta say, having these little mini Lunchables on hand has been a lifesaver. I'll put the link for them down in the description box in case you want to go check them out. Well, in that very short time frame, the weather did a complete 180. The wind kicked up, the birds landed on the roof. I'm sure you can hear them. And now it looks like it's going to rain. We've had a miserable spring. This is not the typical weather we're used to in East Tennessee. It's been cold. and rainy and windy, not your normal heat wave we're used to. I'm not a meteorologist, but I feel like we talk about the weather a lot here, and that's not what the chat's supposed to be about today, so let me move on. Warning: the chat contains information that some of you may feel as though I'm oversharing, that it's graphic or TMI. The reason I want to go there is because if I had no idea this was a possibility, the odds are good that a few of you may be unaware as well. But first, I want to just say that I'm in shock. I had no idea so many of you were interested in a carnivore lifestyle. All of my children showed up and they're in the kitchen, so enjoy the show. I'm loving the thought that we're going to be able to do this together, and I was just a little worried that some of you may not be happy with the fact that I'm going from keto or low carb to carnivore, even though this is just a test to see how it goes. And thank you to everyone that left advice and suggestions and even told me YouTube channels to check out. Now, here's what I want to know. Why does that video where I shared this information with you have about 120 comments, but not a single one of those let me know that there was the possibility that I'd have to go through this transition phase and that my body would not be happy? Holy moly, what a week. I honestly thought going from low carb to carnivore would be easy peasy lemon squeezy. Negative, Ghost Rider. On day one, I committed to being 100% all in. Meat, cheese, eggs, butter, water, and clean seasonings. Everything went okay. You guys were with me that first day. The only issue I really had was what to eat. On day two, I was tired, grouchy, bored with food, and just felt blah. Day three, that's when the true nightmare began and it all hit the fan, literally. Oh my goodness. Nausea, heartburn, stomach cramps, body aches, headache, food aversions, and worst of all, and the reason I gave a TMI warning, the explosive diarrhea. Non-stop explosive diarrhea. At first, I thought I'd caught a virus, a bug, or something was going around. Nope. All that stuff is normal. And then some. I mean, there's even a longer list of possible symptoms and detox withdrawals and stuff, but those were just some of mine, and here I am, oblivious, no idea of the possibility. And even now, after an entire week of doing carnivore, I'm still struggling with some of these, especially the fatigue, not wanting to eat, and when I do eat, I get full so fast. So that's where things currently stand. Still trying to push through. I hear that once you make it past all of this, it's smooth sailing. What I want to know is, how much longer? Cause this is exhausting and, in my opinion, far worse than the keto flu. See what I mean? Just like that, the windstorm is over. The weirdest weather ever. Okay, that's all I got. I just wanted to make you all aware of my current situation, and that if you're considering starting carnivore, you may want to ease yourself into it, because if not, it might not be all rainbows and butterflies. Oh, and if you have any suggestions, advice, words of wisdom that you want to share to get me through this, put it down in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to head in the house and spend some time with the family. But you know how this works. When something happens important or it's time to eat, I'll be back. I managed to lose track of time with all the kids here, but that's okay. I'll just fix a quick dinner. 16 ounces of organic grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef in a pan with some homemade taco seasoning. This is the recipe I used. I found it online and I love it. Make sure you screenshot it and give it a try. Now, while the beef cooks, I'm gonna make taco shells out of shredded cheese. I sprinkled a handful into a hot pan. I let it melt and start to turn brown. Once it does, I flipped it and cooked it on the other side until it gets crispy. Then all you gotta do is remove it and shape it into shell form. I picked up these little holders at Dollar Tree. Once they're cool, I added my beef, some sour cream, and more shredded cheese. I fixed 2 for tonight, and I still have ground beef left over for tomorrow. Gotta admit, these were amazing. I'll be making these again, but next time I might try shredded chicken, or maybe even fish tacos. And to drink, I just refilled the Stanley with ice water. Well, that's a wrap and officially the end of week 1 on Carnivore. I keep telling myself it's gotta get easier, just don't give up. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready for bed and take my nighttime meds and vitamins. Remember, everything that I mentioned in today's video is linked down in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and if you tap on that little notification bell, you'll get an alert when the next video is released. Thanks for spending the day with me, and I'll see you guys next time.